This exhibition was curated by Calder Valley CND for Peace and Justice. It began a couple of years ago, back when it was the 60th anniversary celebrations of the campaign for nuclear disarmament, and we decided to show Carrie Greenham home as part of that at Hebden Bridge Picture House. And alongside that, we thought it would be a lovely idea if we could curate the memories of the many local women and supporters who were involved in Greenham Common Peace Camp in a small exhibition to run alongside the film. That exhibition was really successful, too successful, because lots of women came and brought lots of items, and we just didn't have space for them. So we expanded the exhibition to Hebden Bridge Town Hall, and after that we found this wonderful Artworks, and thanks to them we've been able to expand the exhibition even further, where we had space to put Greenham Common in a wider context. So to look at the political situation in the 80s during the Cold War, and add more context to the exhibition. The history of Greenham Common Women's Peace Camp. The protest camps at Greenham were first established to protest the nuclear weapons that were being placed at Greenham Common in Berkshire. There were US nuclear weapons stationed on British soil. And the first camp began in 1981 after a Welsh group called Women for Life on Earth arrived at Greenham to protest the US cruise missiles being stored there. And they realised that actually they'd get a lot more attention if they didn't just march, but if they stayed there and set up a camp. And that camp expanded to several camps and became a permanent presence at Greenham Common right up until the year 2000, after the US cruise missiles had been moved and the base had been closed down. There's now a commemorative and historic site on the land that housed the original Women's Peace Camp, which was at Yellowgate. One of the women in our peace group lived at Greenham Common Peace Camp for some years, and she was really into photography, luckily, and has taken these beautiful pictures and also produced a booklet of those photographs. So our display includes a number of photographs along with a charge sheet from when she was arrested there.
Go.
We were very lucky in Calder Valley CND that many of the women who contributed things to our exhibition, who were involved in the peace camp, thought to save these really fascinating newsletters and pamphlets that were produced during the time of the women's peace camps. We were even fortunate enough that one of the women thought to save one of the original Greenham camp kettles. And this beautiful banner was made by a woman who now lives in Todmorden. She made it when she was a young woman living at the peace camp from her old clothes, and she sold it there and then at the peace camp. We were also lucky enough to be able to borrow these beautiful textile collages by Daphne Morgan from the Peace Museum in Bradford, along with the beautiful Greenham Common banner made by Talia Campbell. Displayed here is a photo montage that was made in the 1980s for the Greater London Council by anti-war artist Peter Kennard. It really puts Greenham Common in the wider context, and it's nice to have this beautiful space in the artworks to be able to show it in its entirety. We also wanted to make clear that anti-nuclear activity isn't just in the past, that CND is still very active. So households can come and visit this exhibition by appointment at the Artworks up until at least Christmas 2020 by contacting the Artworks in Halifax on 01422 346 900. For more information about the activities of Calder Valley CND for Peace and Justice, then you can look at our Facebook page or the Yorkshire CND website, which is www.yorkshirecnd.org.uk.